Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Mystic Ninja Soul coming at you. Today, we're doing a review of Quake Remastered that just released, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So basically, it's the exact same Quake 1, just with enhanced graphics using the Vulkan engine. Now, I've noticed it does not have ray tracing or DLS and everything like that, but it has more up to date graphics. Now, do be warned, this game does have a lot of flashing lights. So if you are susceptible to flashing strobing lights, do not watch or look at this because I don't want anybody to have a seizure while they're watching this review. So in this review, I'm just basically going over the premise of the game. It's exactly the same, secrets, everything. I don't remember where all the secrets are because everyone hasn't played this game in God knows long. This came out like early 90s, 93, somewhere around there, I believe it was. The one thing that I do like that they brought back, and I know they had like the GL version of Quake, like the absolute original, is you have the soundtrack that the Nine Inch Nails did. And I will say one thing: the music they did in this game was like some of the best you could ever come across. It set the atmosphere. Now this does have multiplayer. Now don't get me wrong, the net code needs a lot of work. I have had a chance to play multiplayer with another streamer. I forgot his name. Sorry, but it was someone that was on Twitch, and had a few matches of that, and ended up having some horrible lag. So whether or not there's going to be patches to it, I don't know. Now, if you notice what I just did, I have like the quad damage. Yeah, this is the one game that introduced gibbing. Now, the one thing I've never understood with this Quake versus the other one is why it goes from this like Cthulhu themed atmosphere game to what we see in Quake 2. It's like, why did it go from this to some Space Marine bullshit? Because, in all honesty, I would have rather have had a second one to this. This was the better Quake. Granted, it was more like they made it very similar to Doom, but I think that's kind of what they were going for because at the time that was actually very popular. But I don't know what they were thinking. And then everyone knows what happened after Quake 2. They had the Quake 3 arena, the team deathmatch, nothing but multiplayer bullshit. Quake 4 was okay, incredibly short. The graphics, like I don't know, like in terms of like your character models, everything were good, but the levels, some that were outside, just looked absolutely ridiculous and horrible. And you would think, hey, we've got a better game engine. Maybe this can look better. Nope. But the one thing I'll say about this is it has every last episode. Now, the one thing that they did do is they did add a new expansion uh, for this exactly. So there is another like DLC expansion because there were, I think they made like two for this one, like kind of like mission pack, so to speak. So there was I forgot what the mission packs for this were called, but what it did is it gave you some extra levels, extra story, stuff like that, and just kind of added more to the game. Now I do know with the new expansion pack, it has new weapons. Now, some of these new weapons I did have a chance to see online. And what it was is one was a laser gun and another was like a hammer that shot lightning out when you hit the ground, which was very reminiscent of Thor. Now, what they're going to do, I don't know. Now, the one thing I don't know is if they're going to be remastering any of the other ones because I already know they did that with Quake 2. They did the whole Quake 2 RTX. Same game, just RTX graphics. Now, they didn't bring the only thing they did not do with Quake 2 RTX is allow the soundtrack like you have in this one. Now, the soundtrack in Quake 2 wasn't bad, but this game and the soundtrack, it takes the trophy, because just overall the entire atmosphere on this is just one of those, like, wow. It sets the mood. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still tell even with the updated graphics, yeah, the models and everything, they're outdated. You can definitely tell this was a game from the 90s. I mean, it's very clear to see that, but even to this day, it's still an awesome game to play. Now, maybe the next updates they bring out ray tracing to it. Now, if they do that, that's going to bring some seriously, like, absolute sick atmosphere to this game. I mean, the game is already, like, really good in terms of, what they did. This was actually one of the best FPS games that they had for the early 90s. And, this is like during the age of like the freaking dial up modems and everything. Deathmatch multiplayer gaming wasn't really much of a thing. But this game is the first game that brought multiplayer deathmatch to the scene. And of course, it sucked because, y'all had your AOL and everything back then, and it's like, hey Ma, I need the phone line for a bit. I want to play my friend in Quake. And and it's just kind of one of those things. And then they brought they did a Quake 64 version, kind of like what they did the Doom 64 on the Nintendo 64. Um I don't remember how if there were any other versions. I do know that they had quite a lot of mods out. One mod in particular went mainstream. There was an X-Men mod to this that was able to be made, and you had to buy it and everything. And then there's also a lot of free mods. Now, whether or not the mods are still around for this, I don't know, because they went through a different thing. And of course, back then, in order to play online, you use a program called GameSpy to find your servers and everything. But I mean, overall, this is definitely something I would pick up. Now, the real thing that's really cool about it is if you already own the game on Steam for $9.99, or you still have your disc and everything like that, or do they have it on Epic Games? I don't know, but whatever you have it on Steam or whatever, if you already own this game, you automatically get this update for free. If you don't, the game is $9.99 on Steam, and you automatically get this update to it. And this update is well worth it, as you see. Now, if I were to do a review on what the game originally looks like, you'd be like, wow. I mean, it's a night and day difference, but I mean, it's like not the best this game could look, but regardless, the update still did a hell of a lot, which was really cool how they did that. But like I said, now when I was saying earlier about the whole Cthulhu theme. So basically, I guess you're in some dimension and you're fighting demons, zombies, forces of hell, so to speak. Because this next creature I'm about to fight, when I hit the little button on the ground, is called the Shambler. Now, another thing that people had thought, this game was very satanic because a lot of the symbols are the inverted pentacle, like that right there. And one item that you get particular is called invulnerability. Well, it's an inverted pentacle, and when you get it, your health will turn to 666, and your eyes will glow this orange ember. And it's just all kinds of items you can have in this game. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this review. Come check me out later. Bye.